What's up, YouTube? Welcome to another video. Today is February 7th, 2023, and gold and silver took a big dive there at the end of last week. Thursday, Friday were terrible days. Friday, it was down about 50 bucks for gold. Uh, I'm not really sure where it was for silver, but anyways, so I want to discuss that and my new coin pickup. So quick disclaimer, I'm not a financial advisor. Please do your own research and consult with a financial advisor before making any investment decision like buying gold or silver or following any of the strategies I discuss on this channel. The channel is for entertainment purposes only. So yeah, guys, last week I put out a video and I kind of mentioned I found, 5 ruble gold coin. I've been hunting for a 10 ruble, something that would kind of go along with this here. This is my 20 mark German gold piece from Prussia with the Kaiser Wilhelm II. And today's video, I want to show off, this is just some of my like historical gold. I don't have my Canadian $5 coins here. They're at another location. I didn't get the chance to go by and pick them up and stuff, but over the past year, I've really been focusing on international gold. This is obviously a nice Indian head $5 half eagle. These are beautiful coins. This design here is such an iconic design. I actually think it's probably the best design. It's the one I like the most of all U.S. coins, to be honest. And even the front, you have that eagle standing proud, clutching, I think, some arrows and that. Just really, really great iconic pieces. Kind of takes you back to, a time very long ago. These are my pair of Austrian. I guess it's pronounced ducats. Thanks, whoever threw that in the comments there last week. Ducats. Um, these are restrikes for sure. 1915 was the last year they made them, and they've been restruck. These are choice BU, so probably would be like an MS-64, I'm guessing. So, but they're just really nice coins. On the back, you have the Emperor of France, Joseph, who was the Emperor of the Austro-Hungarian Empire at the outset of the First World War. So it's kind of cool having, all of these guys, all of their faces on the things. And where's the other one? This one here is my Netherlands Ducat. It's really cool. Again, another one of my favorite designs. You have this knight in armor holding a sword, on his shoulder and clutching, the 7 arrows. And on the back, might be upside down here. There we go. This really beautiful inscription. You could see just how pristine this coin is. The sheen on the back, it's just so nice, so beautiful. The lettering, the frame around it, the decorations. But these coins are super thin. It's hard to tell how thin they actually are. That's the thing about gold. You can literally pound it into like the thinnest thing on earth, right? So yeah, just give me a second here. I'll put that back in the lineup. Yeah, and a lot of these coins are really small. It's really hard. This quarter eagle is probably about the size of a dime. And if you're like me, you want to look at coins close up. I use this. Found this thing on Amazon for about, I don't know, 15, 20 bucks. It's a 30x magnification. And what I like about it, it has this thing here on the inside. You can set your coin, and over on the back here, there's this like light switch. So if you want to look at a coin through there, let's say, I don't know, let's throw this one up there. Not sure if you guys, how good that's coming through on the video, but it's like really, really, really If I shut the light off, it's probably better. I actually don't even use it like this. I typically just use it just holding it in my hand. Again, these are like really, really nice coins. So anyways, I use that because the coin I want to showcase today, this is my 1899 5 ruble. It's grades about an EF to AU, so let's call it EF 45. It's 0.1245 ounces of gold in here, but it is 90%. And on the back, of course, you have Tsar Nikolai II, the infamous last emperor of Russia, the last Tsar. Unfortunately, because it's in this packaging, I can't show you guys what's going on the side of the coins. On the side is this really cool, I'm not sure if you guys can really see it or not, but there's like this really cool design on the side, and the minter actually engraved his initials, and there's 4 different initials. This one here is, I checked it out, and it's Felix Zellman who done this one. I'm not really sure if that means that it's rarer than the others or if it's a more common type. But we do know that these coins are a little bit tougher to find in comparison to, some old pre-33 US stuff and some, like the French, the Latin monetary union stuff, right? The French francs, the Belgian and Italy stuff. But nonetheless, these are really, really interesting pieces, and I want to try to magnify this, see if you guys can see it better. There, that might be a pretty good. So you can see, like, it's just a really beautiful coin. I like the details of these coins, man. These are like super cool. I'm not sure if you guys can see in the center of this coin, there's like guy on horseback or something like that. Really neat. And of course, on the back, you got the picture of the Tsar. All of this inscription, it's all in Russian. And it's been, I actually took a course in Russian language many, many years ago. So, it's kind of neat. The Russian alphabet is really different. And, a lot of their sounds and stuff like that, it's actually really cool. So, at one point I'd probably be able to like at least pronounce all this crap all around the edge. Can't really do it. I forget what all the symbols mean and stuff like that. There's what we would call like a small r, I think is pronounced g in Russian, so it's like really, really different. There's like an asterisk that's, I think, zh, that type of sound. Anyways, it's really neat. And yeah, I'm really happy I got this coin. Like I said, I was looking to get a 10 ruble one, just something a bit bigger. These coins are super small. Again, this here is about the size of a dime. It's actually a little bit smaller than this quarter eagle, but it's a lot thicker. It's twice the thickness. So, and that's the other thing that makes gold coins and coin collecting in general so interesting. You get all these different designs. You have all these different approaches to actually minting the coin. I guess one wants a smaller, diameter, but thicker, and vice versa. Then you got, something like this Ducat here, and it's like literally pounded into like the thinnest piece of metal you've ever seen. And it's just one of those things, right? It's interesting the choices that that the minters had made, right? Because this is fundamentally not that much more than that. But yeah, so like I said, it's I'm happy to add this to the collection. I really wanted to get, a 10 ruble. I will eventually. This was actually quite expensive. I paid nearly, double what a 1/10 ounce, coin would cost. I guess this is 1.12. So I don't know. But like I said, there's not that many of them out there. And, for someone like me who, intends to keep it as, a collection and stuff like that, I'm okay holding this. In fact, if I can find a better one, I think I would buy it and maybe flip this one or sell this one. But who am I kidding? I rarely do that. I tend to just buy and don't sell my older ones. So um, to each his own, I guess. But yeah, that's it. I don't really have any major commentary of the markets. Of course, we had the Fed raised by a quarter point last week. That was completely expected. And, the markets started to rally off that. Then they started to kind of come off a little bit. Everything is really uncertain. It feels like, all the financial history that I've read, I don't know how many books, 25, 30 books. And it's all, every single time they raise rates, asset prices fall. I mean, money is priced in the market, or it used to be, until they started messing with the interest rate and stuff like that. And, everything gets priced off of those interest rates, right? So, we're in a situation today where you can get 4.5% in safe, you know, savings accounts or money market or T-bills and stuff like that. I mean, that's not that bad, right? You're being paid to wait again, and I think that's a good thing, right? For Is one of the main reasons, one of the main things that rubbed me the wrong way the past few years was like I kind of sat out in cash and just accepted that you know I'm missing out, right, on dividend income, on share price appreciation and all that stuff. But now at least we're in a position that if you are a saver, if you've done the right thing, you actually have cash on the sidelines, and you're not in the grips of a market mania. Um, then you're going to be in a position where you can, you're getting paid the wait essentially. So that to me is just fantastic. And I'm guessing usually the first of the year, it's always kind of a strong start, especially after the year we had last year. Markets were really choppy and down, 20% or whatever. And, up to Christmas, we had, a lot of tax loss selling and, a lot of different things at play. But here we are now. And yeah, it looks like, this the rally's starting to fade. Things are starting to come down. And I want to be a buyer here. I'm hoping, gold, if gold drops anymore, I'm looking at the end of the month, I'm going to probably get like a small bonus or whatever. And I'm looking to put that money into some gold maybe. So, yeah, anyway, that's it. The other interesting thing I'll mention is that Chinese, spy balloon that the US shot down, the other day. That's pretty interesting. It definitely does not help the U.S. China relationship and all of the tensions and that have arisen in the past few years. Um, it looks like there's going to be some. It's hard to tell about, what are the repercussions going to be about stuff like that. I remember in April of 2001, a U.S. spy plane was intercepted by the Chinese and forced to land. It was damaged and it was forced to land on Hainan Island, just off the coast of southern China. And it was a big international incident. It happened over Easter weekend, 2001. Big international incident. I think there's like 16 crew members that the Chinese held for and questioned, interrogated. Then they dismantled the plane and they refused. Like, I don't know if they ever got it back, if the Americans ever got it back, but these things happen, and just given the current context in the world where you have this war in Ukraine, a Russian Chinese alliance basically, the idea of floating their own currency backed by gold and other commodities, The fact that the Saudis came out at Davos and said they'll take other money for their oil, not just U.S. dollars. That's the end of the petrodollar system, basically, so that China can buy its oil in yuan. Um, yeah, that's just a sign of the times, man. The shifting sands of international power and politics, and that I don't want to speculate too much. I mean, it sort of is what it is. Both countries spy on each other. It's not a big secret. Every other day, you're hearing somebody in some place in the U.S. is getting, brought up on espionage charges involving the Chinese and stuff like that. So I think it's fair to say that the Chinese probably have a lot of Western countries heavily, deeply infiltrated in all their tech sectors, aerospace, military, R&D and stuff like that, politicians and everything. It's just absolutely astonishing. But anyway, so I don't have a whole lot of thoughts on that. Although I will say, increasing geopolitical instability will actually work in gold's favor. Not that I'm hoping for that or wishing for that, but you just see, because it's a threat to the whole financial system, the whole international world of finance. Um, if there were to be a major war, and it looks like there's kind of shaping up to be, um, at least, not if not like a major war, but it's kind of looking like the world is being divided into certain regions, and these regions are producing or at least aim to produce their own currency, um, and their own means of finance that can't be sanctioned by the dominant power in the system, the US. So my thoughts there are just that, as the world continues to sort of break apart into these different camps, um, that would explain in large part why a lot of these central banks are buying gold, and and the importance that they are placing on what is essentially a neutral reserve asset that can't be sanctioned or inflated away and stuff like that. So it will be interesting to see how this all kind of develops. And on the flip side of that, we've heard for years, the Russia Chinese boogeyman. Um, it always seems to be blown out of proportion. In fact, many times they're actually proven to be much weaker than what we perceive them in the West to really be. Um, and I'm not really sure why we do that. I mean, there's the kind of like the military always wants to, paint the worst possible picture to get all those funding dollars and stuff like that. But for some reason, there's always that sort of fear. I mean, at the turn of the century or at the turn of the 20th century, in Britain, they had all of those, all of that popular literature in the papers and that about, to the fear of the German invasion. Germany would invade with boats and balloons and stuff like that. Be able to bomb with balloons and all kinds of stuff like that. And then of course, in the run up to the Second World War, where there was this fear that Hitler had an unstoppable bomber force and all of this stuff, and that was a big reason why war didn't happen sooner. Why Hitler was able to kind of gamble, because the West had this, or primarily the British, they had this impression that the Germans were far more powerful than they actually were at that particular time. And, they didn't have a bomber force that could level Europe. Um, and they never did achieve that. So, but anyway, I'm going off on a tangent here, but yeah, so just kind of interesting how these things are shaping up. Um, we as individuals, there's really not much we can do in these type of circumstances, but just kind of know what's coming. We're in for some turbulent times, and it's good to diversify your financial assets into things like gold and silver if you have none. maybe some land. I know I'd like to get my hands on some decent farmland, but everything is just so pricey now, and everybody's doing it. It seems so. So sometimes the best things to do are nothing, and that's why I'm just sitting back doing nothing. Essentially, I'm still kind of collecting away these interesting historical pieces, and that I wouldn't mind adding another ounce of the pure gold. Maybe another maple or buffalo or something like that. But that's what I'm up to. Let me know in the comments what you guys are up to. And if I can find it still, I'll try to put a link in Amazon for this thing. It was actually a really good thing. If you got coins, I like looking at my coins under the magnifying glass, especially like a 30x. So anyways, that's it for today. Hope you enjoyed the video. Please like it, subscribe to the channel, check out my website, My Road to Wealth and Freedom. The link is in the description below. I put out a lot of financial content, like things like net worth, passive income, lots of coin articles and that for y'all to enjoy. Cheers.